So it's been confirmed that Erica Wheeler has gone to the Seattle Storm on a minimum contract. So I think a lot of people thought that she was going to cost the Fever too much money and that she was going to be looking to get that max contract back. But clearly it doesn't seem to be the case. Like, it clearly doesn't seem to be the case because she is she's signed a training camp non-guaranteed deal with the Seattle Storm, which I mean is not good. Is not good money for her, in fairness. Not good at all. And also, the fact is she signed for $12,000 a year less than Sydney Colson. And yeah, I get it. Neither of them are making a crazy amount of money. Just salary cap wise, the Colson contract is actually worse for the Fever than re-signing Erica Wheeler. So we got to talk about that. Why did they not just re-sign Erica Wheeler to the minimum when they signed Sydney Colson for over the minimum? So if we're looking at these two players' stats for their careers, not even close. Like 8.8 points, 3.7 assists, and to be fair, they have the same effective field goal percentage. 2.8 points, 1.6 assists. So if you're looking at it, like, waived for Colson, barely played. She's started 10 games in her entire WNBA career. Whereas Erica Wheeler, from 2016 onwards until last season, was a starter in every year. She was an all-star in 2019 for the Indiana Fever, averaging... How did you average 10 points per game and become an all-star? Like, I understand it's more basketball than points, but still. But you even saw just when she was playing, like, last year, she went down to 14 minutes per game, and on the season averaged 3.6 points. Sydney Colson last season averaged 8 minutes per game, and that was her highest in a season since 2019. She played 4.8 the year before. And again, the last time she averaged over 4 points per game in a season, which she's done once in her career, was back when the San Antonio Stars existed. So you're looking at it and you're like, stats-wise, there's no comparison. Wheeler's younger. Wheeler costs less. Wheeler's stats look better. There are certain things with Sydney Colson that I think puts her above Erica Wheeler and why the Fever made that decision. Because is Erica Wheeler a better player than Colson? Probably. Is Erica Wheeler cheaper than Colson? Yeah. But it was very clear last year that Erica Wheeler was playing too many minutes. And, like, I genuinely do think that her being in Indiana, like, she wanted 20 plus minutes per game. And I actually think she might play that at Seattle. I think she might play 20 minutes a game in Seattle. And that was never going to happen. With Caitlin Clark and Leah Boss and Kelsey Mitchell, with them playing, with the minutes that they play, with the fact that you've got a capable-ish backup point guard in Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham is capable-ish at playing the backup point guard. She's just that versatile. There are games where Erica Wheeler would not play. And if you look at Sydney Colson, last year, she played in 34 games. Say she played in 31 games. She played in 28 the year before, 18 the year before that. Sydney Colson is fine with not playing. And that might be the biggest thing for her. Is if she gets 25 minutes or if she gets 25 seconds, she plays at the same effort. And when it comes to Erica Wheeler, someone who's so used to being a starter, it's hard to wire yourself to playing no minutes. From playing all the minutes to no minutes. It's really hard just mentally to switch up and be effective in it, in fairness. To be very effective in those little minutes. And that's what Sydney Colson's so good at. Like, people, if you've never played basketball at any sort of a decent level, or if you've never played sport at a decent level, like, you always want players to be champions in their role. And the thing with Sydney Colson is that that's what she is. The problem is Erica Wheeler is better than Sydney Colson, and because of that, Erica Wheeler will be expecting to get, getting more minutes, expecting to do this. And I think she was a great vet for Indiana, by the way. I think she was a fantastic vet off the floor. But on the floor, Erica Wheeler was not effective as a 7-minute per game player. She just wasn't. She was having to play small forward last year at times. She was not effective in that role. She was not effective as a backup point guard to Caitlin Clark either. She was not, when she was playing when she was on the floor with Caitlin Clark, she had to play the small forward position. But Sydney Colson, we know from Colson, she is a backup. She's not going to play plus 10 minutes a game. She's going to play in probably 32 of 40 games. Not going to play in them all. But you know, when Sydney Colson's on the floor, also, she's a much, much, much better defender than Erica Wheeler. When Sydney Colson's on the floor, she's going to give you out-of-this-world effort. She's going to be the best defender on the floor as far as perimeter defense for this team. And she's going to get steals. She's going to give effort. She's going to raise the crowd. And in fairness to Erica Wheeler wants to control. Erica Wheeler's, a lot of what she did was control the game from the point guard position, which isn't necessarily a wrong thing from the point guard position. But what people, especially Christy Sides, she had a complete, wrong ability to tell what control is. She thought that slow equals control, and Erica Wheeler a lot of the time felt like slow equals control. But slow doesn't equal control. Control is control. If you're the Indiana Fever, you're better playing helter-skelter up and down because you are going to beat the other team doing that. If you slow it down, you play to your weaknesses, not your strengths. You control the tempo by controlling the speed. And you don't need to slow it down to get control. Sometimes you can make out of control things. You can be out of control, but in control at the same time. On a play-by-play basis, you can do things that are out of control. But if you control the tempo, you control the game. And that's the thing with Sydney Colson, from what I've seen. She was a spark plug energy player, and she's not going to let the tempo slip one bit, whereas Erica Wheeler did. That is, for me, the big difference. As well as that, Sydney Colson, there are going to be games where she's going to be needed to play 15 minutes, and there's going to be games where she's going to need to play 15 seconds. And you know with Sydney Colson, she's going to give you a great 15 seconds or a great 15 minutes. And with that, it makes perfect sense why they would go for Colson over Erica Wheeler, because at the specific role they need, Sydney Colson is better than Erica Wheeler. As an all-around basketball player, if you were to ask me if Caitlin Clark got hurt, who I would rather have running the one, the answer is you just give up on your hopes for the season if you're in Fever. But I would rather have Erica Wheeler running the one if Caitlin Clark got hurt. But I would much rather Sydney Colson as a backup to Caitlin Clark. I thought Erica Wheeler was a great vet. I'm happy she was on the Fever last year. Hopefully she does great in Seattle. But the thing with Erica Wheeler is that she was a terrible on-the-court backup to Caitlin Clark. Everything that Wheeler wanted to do was the opposite of what Caitlin Clark wanted to do, and vice versa. They were a horrible horrible meshing on the floor with each other, except for when Erica Wheeler post-Olympic break started playing small forward and just sprinting. Fair enough, it was okay, but that's not Erica Wheeler's A game. I don't think that's the game that she wants to play. So anyway, yeah, that's the video. I'll see you guys.